This is the NARC OPP, and when you, the empath, finally pull your energy back, the whole system breaks. The narcissist built their world on your forgiveness, your glow, your patience. You were the power source, and they were the leech. They thought you'd never stop, because in their warped little mind, you were hooked forever. But when you cut it off, when you go no contact and actually mean it, not to lure them back, but to heal yourself, that's when the cracks start showing. And those cracks spread fast. See, narcissists can't accept accountability. It's not in their DNA. Science calls it a defense mechanism, the ego wall they build to protect their fragile self-image. So when things fall apart, they don't look in the mirror. Oh no, playboy, they look at everyone else. They blame the new supply. They blame the flying monkeys. They blame the weather if it helps. Anything but themselves. Because to admit they lost the chosen one, that's admitting they ain't special. And they can't do that. The first place they aim is the new supply. At first, they thought this person was heaven sent, the best thing they ever found. But that was your energy talking. That glow wasn't the new supply's glow. That was your reflection, still hanging off the NARC like perfume on borrowed clothes. Once you pull it back, the new supply starts looking regular. Food tastes bland, laughs don't hit, hugs don't heal, and the NARC gets mad. Mad at the new supply for not being you. Then they look at the flying monkeys. These are the same fools who cheered them on, whispered lies in their ear, helped smear your name. Now the NARC feels betrayed by them too. Why didn't you tell me this wouldn't last? Why'd you hype me up? They lash out because in their head the monkeys sold them on a fantasy. But monkeys can't sell dreams. All they did was clap on command. The NARC blames them anyway because someone has to hold the weight of their failure. And it damn sure won't be them. What really happened, though, is simple. You unplugged. You pulled your energy back, and the battery died. Neuroscience shows how attachment bonds create dopamine highs. The NARC fed off that high every time you forgave, every time you stayed. When it's gone, withdrawal hits. It's not just sadness, it's a chemical crash. Cortisol spikes, dopamine plummets, and now they're irritable, paranoid, restless. They're mad at everyone, but the truth is they're mad at themselves for losing the supply that made the whole circus run. And here's the kicker. Once your energy's gone, the devaluation of the new supply starts almost immediately. They can't even fake it long. The NARC looks at the new boo and thinks, why don't you fix me the way the old one did? Why don't you forgive me like they did? Why don't you glow like they did? And the answer is, they can't. Because they ain't you. The NARC can't process that truth. So they start picking, criticizing, insulting. That's the beginning of the discard. Funny thing is, the new supply usually has no idea what's happening. They thought they won the prize. They thought they were chosen. They thought all those late-night rants about you were honest. But now they're confused. Why is the NARC mad all the time? Why isn't this fun anymore? Why are they suddenly distant, cruel, and cold? Because they were only a placeholder, and once the real source of energy is gone, the mask slips fast. The flying monkeys notice it too. They hear the NARC complaining. They see the rage episodes. They watch the new supply crying. And slowly, their own loyalty breaks down. That's how cognitive dissonance works. When the story and the reality don't line up, the brain gets uncomfortable. Sooner or later, they flip. They stop clapping. They stop defending. They might not join your side right away, but they ain't marching for the NARC anymore. And the NARC feels that absence like a spotlight. Science calls this social collapse. Humans are wired to survive in groups. When the group abandons you, the brain interprets it as exile. That's why the NARC spirals when monkeys turn and supply fades. Cortisol floods, sleep breaks, paranoia skyrockets. They think everybody's against them when really they created their own downfall. And without your energy balancing them, they can't fake control. Their nervous system exposes them every time. Meanwhile, you're off living your life. You're indifferent, glowing, peaceful. You're not doing it to prove anything. You're not playing games. You're not baiting them to come back. You're simply done. And that kind of indifference is powerful. It's kryptonite. The NARC feels it like a cold wind, because for the first time, they don't have a hold on you. And that's the wound that never heals. The new supply gets discarded just like clockwork. It might be messy, it might be dramatic, but it's inevitable, because they can't carry the NARC's emptiness. They can't replace you. They can't be the empath, the universal gift. The NARC blames them, says they weren't loyal enough, weren't patient enough, weren't glowing enough. But the truth is, nobody could have been. You gave them chance after chance, and they squandered it. That kind of supply don't come twice. The monkeys get turned on too. The NARC accuses them of betrayal, incompetence, stupidity. You led me wrong, they scream. You abandoned me. But all the monkeys ever did was clap when told to clap. And now they're sick of being yelled at. Some of them disappear. Some of them start whispering the truth. And suddenly the NARC feels surrounded, exposed, without soldiers to defend their lies. This is karma in real time. The same tools they used to hurt you, the new supply and the monkeys, now become weapons turned on them. The smear campaigns reverse. The gossip circles back. The image cracks in the exact places they tried to hide. It's poetic justice, served with a smirk. They're choking on their own medicine, and you didn't have to lift a finger. And here's the science behind the comedy: withdrawal syndrome. Addiction studies show when the high is gone, the brain scrambles for a replacement. That's why they lash out. That's why they rage. That's why they blame. They're addicts cut off from their fix. And you, the empath, were the purest fix they'll ever get. Nothing compares, nothing satisfies, nothing replaces. That's not romance talking, that's biology. The humor? Imagine them pacing, scrolling, smoking, ranting, yelling at monkeys, side-eyeing the new supply, muttering about betrayal. Damn, playboy, you put yourself in this mess. Nah, girl, you believed your own hype and lost the real blessing. It's tragic and funny at the same time because the answer was always in the mirror, and that's the one place they refuse to look. The longer you stay gone, the worse it gets for them. Indifference eats at them harder than anger. Silence echoes louder than words. Every time they peek at your page, every time they remember your laugh, every time they sit alone, they feel the weight. And instead of looking inward, they spread it outward, blaming supply, blaming monkeys, blaming anyone within reach. That's how they self-destruct. And you? You win by staying gone. You win by being indifferent. You win by healing yourself, not waiting for their apology. Because the NARC's collapse isn't your reward. Your peace is. Their karma is just proof the universe saw everything. And the moment you pulled back your energy, the wheel started spinning. And that wheel don't stop until every lesson is served. So empath, chosen one, universal gift. Don't play with no contact. Don't use it to bait. Don't use it to manipulate. Do it for you. Do it because you're worth peace. Do it because your glow isn't a donation to someone else's ego anymore. And watch how fast the circus collapses without your ticket. And that's the truth. Once you pull your energy back, the show ends. The flying monkeys scatter, the new supply gets discarded, and the narcissist is left screaming at shadows. Karma don't miss, the universe don't forget, and God keeps every receipt. You don't gotta fight, you don't gotta prove. You just go no contact and stay indifferent. Your peace is the punishment. Your glow is the evidence. And their regret is the verdict. This is the NARC OPP, and we not letting up.